Okay, today we are going to learn the moss stitch. The moss stitch is made up of chains and single crochets. That's all you need to know for a moss stitch. If you need help learning how to do your slip knot, a chain, or a single crochet, please go ahead and visit the link that I have in the description. That is going to be for single crochet for beginners. That one will give you a step by step to walk you through how to do the single crochet stitch and the chains that we're working on today. So we're going to do a slip knot. And we're going to chain an even number of stitches. I'm choosing 26, but you can choose any even number. So do whatever length that you want. You could make a blanket, you could make a scarf, anything that you would like to make. It can be small, it can be big, but I'm going to go with 27 just so I can make a swatch for you. Okay, so we are chaining an even number of stitches. I did 26 stitches, but you could do any amount of even stitches that you want. You can do smaller, you can do larger, you can do something tiny, you can do a scarf, a blanket, anywhere in between. So with 26 stitches, I'm going to skip the first chain and I'm going to work into the second chain there. So I'm going to work a single crochet. Chain one. Before I go any farther, I'm going to mark that chain, that turning chain that we used right there. It's right before that single crochet. Got our single right there. I'm going to mark right next to it because that is going to be our last stitch of our return row. All right, so we have our turning chain right there. We've got our first single crochet, our chain one, and every chain one, we are going to skip the chain underneath. So we have this chain right here, we're going to skip, and we're going to work a single crochet into this stitch. And like I said, it is all single crochets and chains. All right, so we're going to chain one, and it's just alternating a chain and a single crochet. So we've got our chain one, we're going to skip that stitch, and we're going to work into that next with a single crochet. Chain one, skip the next stitch, work a single into this one. And you can see that each chain has a skipped chain underneath it. Chain, skip chain, chain, skip chain. So you're just going to alternate that back and forth, chain, or sorry, single crochet, chain, single crochet, chain, single crochet, chain, and all the way across with that pattern. All right, I'm at my last two chains here. So I have chained one, and I'm going to skip that next chain and single crochet into that last chain there. All right, it's our first row. Now we chain one and turn. And what we're going to do is we're going to work into all of these chain spaces. We're not going to work into any of the single crochets, only the chains. So you've chained one, that is going to be our turning chain. So we should probably leave that a little loose because we are going to be working in the gap between this chain and this single crochet on our return row. So we work a single crochet into this one. I'm going to mark right there on the edges. You do want to leave your chains a little loose because we are going to be working into that space on our return row. So we just want to give a little extra room. Not in the right spot. Our chain space right there. Okay, so that was our turning chain and our first single crochet in the chain one space from the previous row. And again, it's just alternating chains and single crochets. So we're going to chain one, go into that next chain space. You can see it because it's a larger gap than what a stitch would be. So you have that nice open space to work into. So we're going to work into that space a single crochet and chain one, skip that single crochet, work only into the chain one space. I love this stitch because it looks so nice and tidy, but it's also very easy. It's nice to be able to find those spaces really easily too. All right, so we have a chain one. We're going to single crochet into that next chain one space. Chain one, skipping that single crochet from the previous round, working into that chain one space with a single crochet. And you can see from the previous row, we have the single crochet, chain, single crochet, chain. In this row, we have single crochet, chain, single crochet, chain. And all of the chain spaces are now over the single crochet. Chain one space, that one's a single crochet. So that is how it's supposed to be laid out. It's going to be opposite what the previous row was. We're going to work my way across and I'll meet you at the end. All right, we are at our end and you can see that I have that single crochet from the previous round right above the chain that I just made. And that chain one space is going to be the last stitch that we work into, and that is going to be a single crochet. I'm going to work right into that marked space, a single crochet, just like that. A chain one, making sure that it's nice and loose. Turn our work, and we're working into the chain one space that's next. So that was our single, and this is our chain space. I'm going to work a single crochet into that chain space, chain one, skip that single crochet, and make a single crochet into that next chain one space. Chain one, single crochet into that next chain space. And you just do this back and forth until you get the height that you want for your piece. I'm going to make mine square and I will be right back and I will show you the finished square. All right, and this is what a finished moss stitch swatch looks like. Have some nice straight edges. You can see those little V's in there, and they're alternating. I love this stitch. I think it's so nice. It's very stretchy. You can see how stretchy that is. So, so pretty. So I want to show you in comparison what a regular single crochet looks like. So this is just single crochet on top of single crochet. That's the one that we have made before. And this is the moss stitch. You can see the differences there just a little bit. This one is more stretchy than this one. And this one feels lighter, and this one's more dense, more solid. So there you go. That is our moss stitch, and worked with just single crochets and chains. I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll talk to you later.